Master Your Emotions, a guide on emotional intelligence. Written and published by MSC Boost. Chapter 1. Understanding Emotional Intelligence. Emotional intelligence is an essential part of who we are and how we interact with the world around us. It is the scaffold that supports our ability to recognize, understand, and manage our own emotions, as well as the emotions of others. This skill influences our decisions, communication, and relationships, making it a crucial area for personal development. The concept of emotional intelligence encompasses several key abilities. First and foremost among these is self-awareness. This means having a clear understanding of your strengths and weaknesses, as well as your emotions and the effect they have on you and your interactions with others. It's about being mindful of your emotional state and how it aligns or conflicts with your actions and goals. Hand in hand with self-awareness is self-regulation. This is the ability to control or redirect disruptive emotions and impulses and adapt to changing circumstances. It involves managing your emotional reactions to situations and people in a way that is socially acceptable and effective. Another pillar of emotional intelligence is motivation. Intrinsically motivated individuals work towards their goals with a deep-seated passion and a positive attitude, often regardless of external rewards. This drive propels people to persist in the face of adversity and setbacks, fueled by an inner ambition. Understanding others' emotions is just as critical, which is where empathy comes into play. Empathy goes beyond simply sympathizing with others. It involves truly understanding and sharing the feelings of another. This ability fosters strong and effective interpersonal relationships, both in personal contexts and in the workplace. Lastly, social skills are vital. These are the skills we use to communicate and interact with each other, both verbally and non-verbally, through gestures, body language, and our personal demeanor. Effective social skills enable us to navigate social situations, build and maintain healthy relationships, and influence and inspire others. Developing emotional intelligence begins with a commitment to honest self-reflection. Engaging in mindfulness practices can enhance your awareness of your emotional state. Mindfulness helps you observe your thoughts and feelings without judgment, providing clarity and insight into your inner world. Self-regulation can be improved through techniques such as deep breathing, meditation, and setting aside time for reflection. These practices help in managing stress and reducing the intensity of emotions like anger and frustration, allowing for more thoughtful responses rather than reactive ones. To boost your motivation, set personal goals that are meaningful and challenging yet achievable. Celebrate your successes, no matter how small, to maintain a positive and motivated mindset. Empathy can be developed by actively listening to others and trying to see situations from their perspectives. This doesn't just mean hearing their words, but also paying attention to nonverbal signals and emotional undercurrents. Improving social skills involves both practice and patience. It's about being present in your interactions, showing genuine interest in others, and practicing effective communication techniques. Feedback from trusted friends or colleagues can also provide valuable insights into your social interactions and areas for improvement. By enhancing these aspects of emotional intelligence, you can forge stronger relationships, achieve personal and professional success, and lead a more fulfilling life. Embrace the opportunities for growth in your emotional intelligence and watch as new doors open in all areas of your life. Emotional intelligence, or I, is more than just a buzzword in today's personal and professional development landscapes. It's a multifaceted skill set that can dramatically enhance the way we navigate life's ups and downs, how we connect with others, and our overall sense of well-being. Understanding the key components of I and its significance is like unlocking a door to improved interpersonal dynamics, better decision-making, and a deeper understanding of oneself. At the heart of emotional intelligence lies the capacity to recognize your own feelings and those of others. This recognition paves the way for managing emotions effectively, not just in yourself, but in relationships with others. It's about harnessing emotions to facilitate various cognitive activities like thinking and problem solving, and being able to manage emotions, which includes regulating your own emotions and cheering up or calming down other people. The importance of I cannot be overstated. In personal relationships, it enables us to communicate more effectively and forge deeper connections. It allows for empathy and understanding, reducing conflicts and enhancing collaboration. Professionally, high I is linked to better leadership abilities and team dynamics, as it promotes a more empathetic and motivating environment. One might wonder how to assess and improve this invaluable skill. Self-assessment quizzes and professional evaluations can offer insights into your I levels, pinpointing strengths and areas for growth. Reflecting on feedback from others provides an external perspective on how your emotions are perceived in various situations. To enrich your emotional intelligence, consider expanding your emotional vocabulary. The more accurately you can identify your emotions, the better you can understand and manage them. Regular reflection on emotional experiences, exploring what triggered specific emotions and how you responded, is an effective way to deepen your emotional awareness. Empathy is another cornerstone of I that can be honed by genuinely trying to see things from others' perspectives. Practice active listening, where you focus fully on the speaker, understand their message, respond thoughtfully, and withhold judgment. This practice not only boosts your empathy, but also strengthens your relationships. Managing your own emotions, particularly in stressful situations, requires developing resilience and stress management techniques. Practices such as mindfulness, meditation, and even physical exercise can significantly contribute to emotional regulation, helping you maintain balance and clarity in the face of challenges. Finally, navigating social situations with grace involves honing your social skills. Effective communication, conflict resolution, and the ability to inspire and influence others are all enhanced by a strong foundation in emotional intelligence. Engaging in group activities, seeking feedback, and observing social interactions can all provide valuable learning opportunities. Understanding and improving your emotional intelligence is a transformative process that benefits all areas of life. It's about becoming more attuned to the subtleties of human emotions and using that knowledge to create positive outcomes in your personal and professional worlds. With dedication and practice, anyone can enhance their I, leading to a more fulfilling and harmonious life. Understanding and enhancing your emotional intelligence I begins with a thorough assessment of where you currently stand. A wide array of tools and techniques is available to help you gauge your I, each offering unique insights into different facets of your emotional and social competencies. This exploration into self-assessment is not about pinpointing shortcomings, but rather about discovering avenues for growth and empowerment. Self-assessment questionnaires are one of the most accessible tools for evaluating your I. These questionnaires typically ask you to reflect on your reactions and feelings in various situations, providing a score that offers a baseline of your emotional intelligence. While these self-administered tests are insightful, it's essential to approach them with honesty and openness for the most accurate reflection of your I. Another effective approach involves receiving feedback from peers, friends, and family. This 360-degree feedback method allows you to understand how your emotional expressions and responses are perceived by others. It's an invaluable way to see yourself through the eyes of those who interact with you in different capacities. Such feedback, when given constructively, can highlight areas where your emotional awareness and regulation can improve. Journaling your emotional experiences daily is a powerful technique to enhance self-awareness, one of I's key components. Documenting your feelings, the circumstances that triggered them, and how you reacted over time can reveal patterns in your emotional responses. This ongoing practice encourages introspection and helps cultivate a deeper understanding of your emotional triggers and coping mechanisms. For those seeking a more structured approach, professional I coaching or workshops can provide comprehensive assessment and personalized development plans. These settings offer the advantage of expert guidance to navigate the complexities of emotional intelligence, tailoring strategies to your specific needs and learning style. Technological advancements have also introduced digital applications designed to measure and improve eye. These apps utilize engaging methods like games, daily challenges, and progress tracking to make the journey of eye enhancement interactive and rewarding. They serve as a convenient option for those looking to incorporate eye development into their busy schedules. No matter which tools or techniques you choose, the key to assessing your emotional intelligence lies in a continuous commitment to self-improvement. It's about embracing the insights gained from these assessments with a positive mindset, viewing them as stepping stones toward becoming more emotionally intelligent. Remember, the goal of assessing your emotional intelligence is not just to identify where you excel or need improvement, but to ignite a process of lifelong learning and personal growth. As you engage with these tools and techniques, you'll find yourself evolving into a more emotionally aware, resilient, and empathetic individual. This transformation not only enhances your personal life, but also enriches your relationships and professional interactions, underscoring the profound impact of emotional intelligence in all realms of life. Chapter 2. The Brain and Emotions. Our understanding of emotions and their management is deeply rooted in the intricate workings of the brain. This relationship between our emotional experiences and the neurological processes that underpin them is both fascinating and complex. By exploring how our brains process and respond to emotions, we gain invaluable insights into the ways we can better manage our feelings and reactions in various situations. The human brain is a marvel of evolution, consisting of several regions that play critical roles in emotional regulation. The limbic system, often referred to as the emotional brain, includes key structures such as the amygdala, hippocampus, and hypothalamus. These areas work together to evaluate stimuli, generate emotions, and store emotionally charged memories, acting as a central command center for our emotional responses. The amygdala, for instance, is pivotal in identifying threats and triggering the body's fight or flight response. This quick reaction mechanism is essential for survival, but in modern life, it can lead to overly emotional responses to non-life-threatening situations. Recognizing the amygdala's role helps us understand why we might react impulsively or defensively in certain scenarios. Meanwhile, the prefrontal cortex, located at the front of the brain, is crucial for emotional regulation. It helps us think before we act, tempering the amygdala's immediacy with reasoned judgment and foresight. Developing strategies to strengthen the prefrontal cortex's control over our emotional responses can lead to more measured and effective decision-making, especially in high-pressure situations. Neurotransmitters, the brain's chemical messengers, also play a significant role in our emotional well-being. Dopamine, serotonin, and oxytocin, among others, influence feelings of pleasure, happiness, and love. An imbalance in these chemicals can significantly affect our mood and emotional stability, underscoring the importance of a healthy brain chemistry for emotional management. Understanding the brain's role in emotions opens the door to a range of strategies for better emotional regulation. Mindfulness practices, for example, can enhance prefrontal cortex function, improving our ability to manage stress and reduce anxiety. Similarly, activities that increase dopamine production, such as exercise, can boost our mood and overall sense of well-being. Moreover, the concept of neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections throughout life, offers hope for lasting emotional growth and healing. By engaging in new learning experiences and adopting healthier emotional habits, we can rewire our brains to respond more positively to emotional challenges. Delving into the neural underpinnings of emotions is not just an academic exercise. It's a practical guide to mastering our emotional lives. With this knowledge, we can approach our feelings and behaviors with greater compassion and understanding, leading to more fulfilling interactions with ourselves and others. As we become more attuned to the biological basis of our emotions, we empower ourselves to take proactive steps toward emotional health and intelligence. This journey through the brain's landscape is a testament to the incredible adaptability and resilience that lies within each of us. The interplay between our emotions and decision-making processes is a subject of increasing interest and importance. Emotions significantly influence the choices we make, from the mundane to the monumental. This impact underscores the necessity of understanding and managing our emotions to make more rational and beneficial decisions. Emotions act as a lens through which we perceive and interpret the world around us. They can color our judgment, sometimes leading us to make decisions based on how we feel rather than objective facts. This isn't inherently negative. Emotions can provide valuable insights into our values and priorities. However, when unchecked, they can also lead to choices that don't align with our long-term goals or best interests. The phenomenon of emotional reasoning illustrates how feelings can overshadow logic. When we're caught in the grip of strong emotions, such as fear or anger, our capacity for rational thought can be compromised. This can lead to impulsive decisions, regrettable actions, and missed opportunities. Recognizing when emotions are driving our choices allows us to pause and reassess our options from a more balanced perspective. Conversely, positive emotions like joy and enthusiasm can enhance our creativity and openness to new experiences. They can motivate us to pursue goals and take calculated risks. The key is to harness these positive emotions to fuel constructive and thoughtful decision-making. Strategies to mitigate the sway of emotions on our decisions involve cultivating emotional awareness and regulation. Techniques such as mindfulness meditation can heighten our awareness of emotional states, providing the clarity needed to differentiate between emotion-driven impulses and reasoned choices. Practicing mindfulness helps in recognizing the transient nature of emotions and reduces their immediate impact on our decisions. Another effective approach is to develop a pause and plan habit. By intentionally pausing when emotions flare up, we give ourselves the space to consider the consequences of our potential actions. This pause can be a moment of deep breathing, a brief walk, or simply counting to 10, anything that helps interrupt the automatic emotional response. Journaling can also be a powerful tool in understanding how emotions influence our decisions. By reflecting on past decisions and the emotions that accompanied them, we can identify patterns in how certain feelings tend to skew our judgment. This insight allows us to anticipate and mitigate emotional biases in future decisions. Additionally, seeking the perspectives of others can provide a more objective view of our situation. Friends, family members, or colleagues can offer valuable insights that we might overlook when our judgment is clouded by emotions. Ultimately, the goal is not to eliminate emotions from the decision-making process, but to achieve a harmonious balance between emotion and logic. This equilibrium empowers us to make choices that are not only emotionally satisfying, but also aligned with our rational objectives and long-term aspirations. By embracing and managing the emotional aspects of our decision-making, we can navigate life's choices with greater wisdom, confidence, and success. This understanding transforms the way we approach our emotions, viewing them not as obstacles, but as integral components of our decision-making toolkit. The concept of neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections throughout life, is a beacon of hope for anyone seeking to enhance their emotional regulation. This adaptability of the brain underlines the potential for personal growth and emotional mastery, regardless of age or circumstances. By understanding and leveraging neuroplasticity, we can develop more resilient responses to emotional challenges and lead more balanced lives. Emotional regulation involves the ability to manage and respond to an emotional experience in an appropriate manner. It's a crucial skill for mental well-being, affecting everything from how we handle stress to how we interact with others. Fortunately, the brain's plasticity means that with intentional practice, we can improve our capacity for emotional regulation. One of the most effective ways to engage neuroplasticity for better emotional regulation is through mindfulness meditation. Regular meditation practice has been shown to strengthen areas of the brain responsible for attention and emotional control, such as the prefrontal cortex. Meditation encourages a state of non-judgmental awareness, allowing us to observe our emotions without being overwhelmed by them. This distance provides the space needed to choose how we respond to our feelings, rather than reacting impulsively. Another powerful tool for enhancing emotional regulation is cognitive behavioral therapy (CBT). CBT works on the principle that our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors are interconnected. By identifying and challenging negative thought patterns, we can change our emotional responses and behaviors. Over time, this process can rewire the brain, fostering healthier emotional habits and reactions. Exercise is also a key player in the realm of emotional regulation and neuroplasticity. Physical activity not only releases endorphins, which have mood-boosting properties, but it also promotes the growth of new neural connections in the brain. Regular exercise can improve our capacity to handle stress and reduce symptoms of anxiety and depression, contributing to better emotional regulation. Engaging in new learning experiences is another avenue to tap into neuroplasticity. Learning a new skill, language, or hobby challenges the brain, fostering growth and resilience. These activities not only provide a sense of achievement and satisfaction, but also encourage the development of new neural pathways, enhancing cognitive flexibility and emotional regulation. Finally, fostering positive relationships plays a significant role in emotional regulation. Social support is not only comforting, but also stimulates positive neural changes. Engaging in meaningful, supportive relationships can boost our emotional resilience, providing a buffer against stress and enhancing our ability to navigate emotional ups and downs. Embracing the principles of neuroplasticity for emotional regulation is an empowering journey. It underscores the capacity for change and growth that lies within each of us. By incorporating practices such as mindfulness, cognitive behavioral techniques, physical exercise, continuous learning, and fostering positive relationships, we can harness the brain's adaptability. This not only strengthens our emotional regulation skills, but also enriches our overall experience of life, paving the way for greater fulfillment and well-being. Chapter 3. Recognizing and labeling your emotions. Mastering the skill of recognizing and labeling your emotions is a pivotal step towards emotional intelligence. This ability to identify what you're feeling at any given moment is more than an exercise in self-awareness. It's a foundation for deeper emotional regulation, improved decision-making, and more meaningful relationships. By fine-tuning this skill, you open up a new dimension of understanding yourself and navigating the complexities of human emotions with grace. The process begins with cultivating a habit of regular check-ins with yourself. Throughout the day, pause to ask yourself, "What am I feeling right now?" This simple question prompts a moment of introspection, guiding you to become more in tune with your emotional state. Initially, you might find this challenging, especially if you're used to pushing emotions aside. However, with practice, this will become a powerful tool in your emotional intelligence arsenal. Expanding your emotional vocabulary is crucial in this journey. Often, we limit ourselves to basic labels like happy, sad, or angry. Yet, emotions are nuanced and complex. Exploring a wider range of terms to describe your feelings can lead to more precise emotional identification. For example, distinguishing between feeling frustrated and disappointed can offer clearer insights into your needs and how you might address them. Journaling is another effective strategy for honing your ability to recognize and label emotions. Writing about your experiences and the emotions they evoke can help you process and understand your feelings more deeply. It's a reflective practice that over time sharpens your awareness and articulation of emotions, providing a personal emotional lexicon that you can draw from in times of need. Practicing mindfulness meditation is yet another avenue to enhance emotional recognition. Mindfulness encourages you to experience the present moment without judgment, which includes acknowledging your emotions as they arise. Through meditation, you learn to observe your feelings without being overwhelmed by them, fostering a sense of detachment that allows for clearer recognition and labeling. Understanding the physical manifestations of your emotions adds another layer to this skill. Emotions are not just internal experiences. They affect our bodies in tangible ways. Paying attention to these physical cues, such as a rapid heartbeat, tension in the shoulders, or a knot in the stomach, can serve as indicators of your emotional state, helping you to identify and label your emotions more accurately. Finally, engaging in conversations about emotions with friends or family can enrich your understanding and vocabulary of feelings. These discussions can expose you to new perspectives and terms, broadening your emotional awareness. Listening to how others describe their emotions can inspire you to consider your feelings in a new light, reinforcing your ability to recognize and label them accurately. As you become more adept at recognizing and labeling your emotions, you'll notice a transformation in how you relate to yourself and others. This clarity of emotional understanding is a cornerstone of emotional intelligence, empowering you to navigate life with empathy, resilience, and authenticity. Embrace this practice with patience and curiosity, and watch as it enriches your journey towards emotional mastery. The integration of mindfulness into the fabric of our daily lives serves as a transformative tool for enhancing emotional awareness. This ancient practice, rooted in being fully present and engaged in the moment without judgment, offers a pathway to a deeper understanding of our emotional landscape. By fostering mindfulness, we can cultivate a heightened sensitivity to our emotions, allowing for a richer, more nuanced experience of life. Mindfulness encourages us to observe our thoughts and feelings as they are, without attempting to suppress or ignore them. This stance of open attentiveness helps us become aware of our emotional triggers and the habitual responses they evoke. It is in this space of observation that we gain the clarity to discern the subtleties of our emotional responses, recognizing that our emotions are fluid and transient states that do not define us. Practicing mindfulness can begin with simple daily exercises. Mindful breathing, for instance, is a foundational practice that involves focusing your attention on the breath. This act of concentration anchors you in the present moment, creating a sense of calm that permeates both mind and body. As emotions arise, you learn to observe them with the same focused attention, acknowledging their presence without becoming entangled in their narrative. Body scan meditation is another mindfulness technique that enhances emotional awareness. By progressively focusing attention on different parts of the body, you can identify areas of tension or discomfort, often physical manifestations of emotional states. This practice cultivates a holistic awareness of how emotions are experienced not just mentally, but physically, enriching your understanding of their impact. Incorporating mindfulness into everyday activities can also elevate emotional awareness. Engaging in tasks with full attention, whether it's eating, walking, or listening to music, amplifies our capacity to experience the present moment fully. This heightened presence allows us to notice the emotional currents flowing through our daily experiences, enriching our emotional vocabulary and understanding. The benefits of mindfulness extend beyond individual moments of practice. Over time, mindfulness fosters a more attentive and compassionate relationship with oneself. This self-compassion is crucial for emotional awareness, as it encourages an accepting and curious attitude toward our emotions. With compassion, we are more likely to explore our feelings deeply, understanding their origins and how they influence our thoughts and behaviors. Mindfulness also enhances resilience, an essential component of emotional awareness. By learning to meet our emotions with presence and acceptance, we build a foundation of inner strength that supports us in navigating life's challenges. This resilience empowers us to face our emotions with courage and openness, confident in our ability to weather emotional storms. As we cultivate mindfulness, we embark on a journey of profound self-discovery. This journey reveals the rich tapestry of our emotional life, inviting us to engage with our feelings in a more meaningful and compassionate way. Mindfulness transforms our relationship with our emotions, guiding us toward a deeper, more harmonious connection with ourselves and the world around us. Self-awareness is the bedrock upon which emotional intelligence is built. It involves an understanding of one's own emotions, strengths, weaknesses, thoughts, and beliefs. Enhancing self-awareness is not merely an exercise in introspection. It's a dynamic process that requires commitment, curiosity, and the willingness to engage with both the comfortable and uncomfortable aspects of oneself. Here, we explore diverse techniques that can deepen your self-awareness and, by extension, enrich your emotional intelligence. Active listening to oneself is a cornerstone technique in building self-awareness. This means paying attention to your inner dialogue, the thoughts and narratives that play in your mind throughout the day. By observing these thoughts without judgment, you can begin to identify patterns in your thinking and how they influence your emotions and behaviors. This heightened awareness can lead to transformative changes in how you perceive yourself and interact with the world. Reflection is another powerful tool for self-awareness. Regularly setting aside time to reflect on your experiences, decisions, and interactions can provide deep insights into your emotional and psychological makeup. You might consider questions like, "What emotions did I feel today and why?" Or, "How did I react in a challenging situation? And what does that say about my coping strategies?" Reflecting on such questions encourages a deeper understanding of your emotional responses and how they shape your life. Feedback from others is invaluable in the pursuit of self-awareness. Sometimes, it's difficult to see ourselves clearly, and the perspectives of friends, family, or colleagues can offer new insights. Seeking constructive feedback about your behavior, especially in emotionally charged situations, can reveal blind spots in your self-perception. Engaging with this feedback openly and non-defensively allows for growth and improved self-awareness. Setting personal goals and monitoring progress towards them is a practical way to enhance self-awareness. Goals give direction and purpose, helping to align your actions with your values and aspirations. By evaluating your progress, you can gain insights into your motivations, challenges, and the emotional hurdles you encounter. This process not only fosters self-awareness, but also encourages personal accountability and growth. Mindful movement practices, such as yoga or tai chi, can also promote self-awareness. These practices combine physical movement with mindfulness, encouraging a focus on the present moment and the sensations in the body. Such attention can reveal how emotions manifest physically and help develop a more integrated sense of self. Lastly, exploring your values and beliefs is essential for deep self-awareness. Understanding what truly matters to you, what drives your decisions, and how your beliefs shape your view of the world can illuminate the emotional undercurrents of your actions. This exploration can be facilitated through writing, dialogue with trusted others, or professional coaching. Enhancing self-awareness is a journey that offers profound rewards, including improved emotional intelligence, better relationships, and a more fulfilling life. By engaging with these techniques, you embrace the opportunity to know yourself deeply, to live with authenticity, and to navigate the complexities of life with greater insight and equilibrium. Chapter 4. Understanding stress and its impact on emotions. Stress is an inevitable part of life, a response to external pressures that can affect us physically, mentally, and emotionally. Understanding how stress impacts our emotions is crucial for developing strategies to manage it effectively. When we delve into the nature of stress, we uncover its dual role as both a motivator and a potential barrier to our well-being. By embracing a nuanced view of stress, we can learn to navigate its challenges with grace and resilience. Stress activates a cascade of physiological responses designed to help us cope with perceived threats or challenges. This fight or flight response, while beneficial in short bursts, can become harmful when activated too frequently or intensely. Chronic stress can lead to emotional exhaustion, diminished cognitive function, and increased susceptibility to anxiety and depression. Recognizing the signs of stress in ourselves is the first step toward managing its impact on our emotional lives. The relationship between stress and emotions is bidirectional. Not only can stress provoke emotional responses such as frustration, anxiety, or sadness, but our emotional state can also influence how we perceive and react to stress. For example, when we're already feeling low, we might perceive situations as more stressful than they actually are. This interplay underscores the importance of emotional awareness and regulation in stress management. Effective stress management begins with identifying the sources of stress in our lives. Whether they stem from work, relationships, health concerns, or other areas, pinpointing these triggers enables us to address them more directly. Once identified, we can employ specific strategies to either change the situation or alter our reaction to it. One powerful approach to mitigating stress is through the practice of mindfulness. By focusing on the present moment without judgment, mindfulness helps break the cycle of rumination and worry that often accompanies stress. Techniques such as mindful breathing, meditation, and mindful walking can reduce the physiological arousal associated with stress, promoting a sense of calm and emotional balance. Physical activity is another effective stress reliever. Exercise not only diverts our mind from stressors, but also releases endorphins, chemicals in the brain that act as natural painkillers and mood elevators. Incorporating regular physical activity into our routine can enhance our resilience to stress and improve our overall emotional well-being. Developing a support network is crucial for stress management. Sharing our feelings and experiences with friends, family, or support groups can provide emotional relief and practical assistance. Knowing we're not alone in our struggles can reduce the psychological burden of stress and open up new perspectives on dealing with challenges. Finally, adopting a positive mindset can significantly influence how we cope with stress. Reframing challenges as opportunities for growth, focusing on what we can control, and practicing gratitude can shift our perspective on stressful situations. This positive approach fosters emotional resilience, empowering us to face stress with confidence and optimism. In understanding and managing stress, we equip ourselves with the tools to maintain emotional equilibrium in the face of life's challenges. Through awareness, targeted strategies, and a proactive attitude, we can mitigate the impact of stress on our emotions, paving the way for a more balanced and fulfilling life. In the face of life's uncertainties and pressures, anxiety can often take hold, influencing our thoughts, behaviors, and overall quality of life. However, a myriad of science-backed strategies offers promising avenues for reducing anxiety, enhancing our ability to navigate challenges with resilience and poise. By incorporating these approaches into our lives, we can foster a sense of calm and control, even in turbulent times. One effective method for managing anxiety is through cognitive behavioral therapy (CBT), a well-established psychological treatment. CBT focuses on identifying and challenging negative thought patterns that fuel anxiety, replacing them with more balanced and realistic perspectives. This process not only alleviates symptoms of anxiety, but also empowers individuals with the skills to manage future stressors more effectively. Another cornerstone of anxiety reduction is the practice of relaxation techniques. Deep breathing exercises, progressive muscle relaxation, and guided imagery are tools that can help calm the nervous system and promote a state of relaxation. By learning to activate the body's natural relaxation response, we can counteract the physiological effects of stress and anxiety. Regular physical activity is another powerful strategy for reducing anxiety. Exercise releases endorphins, natural brain chemicals that can improve mood and act as natural painkillers. Whether it's a brisk walk, a yoga session, or a vigorous workout, engaging in physical activity can significantly lower symptoms of anxiety and boost overall mental health. Mindfulness and meditation have also gained recognition for their effectiveness in managing anxiety. These practices encourage present moment awareness and non-judgmental acceptance of one's thoughts and feelings. Through mindfulness, individuals can observe their anxiety without being overwhelmed by it, gaining greater emotional balance and reducing the impact of stress. Nutrition plays a subtle yet impactful role in anxiety management. A diet rich in whole foods, lean proteins, fruits, and vegetables can support brain health and mitigate anxiety. Conversely, reducing intake of caffeine, sugar, and processed foods can help stabilize mood and energy levels, contributing to lower anxiety levels. Adequate sleep is essential for mental health and anxiety reduction. Poor sleep can exacerbate anxiety, creating a vicious cycle. Establishing a regular sleep schedule, creating a restful environment, and adopting bedtime rituals can improve sleep quality, thereby helping to manage anxiety more effectively. Building a supportive network is invaluable when dealing with anxiety. Connecting with others who understand and empathize can provide comfort, reduce feelings of isolation, and offer new coping strategies. Whether through friends, family, support groups, or therapy, fostering relationships is key to navigating anxiety. Lastly, learning time management techniques can alleviate the stress and anxiety associated with feeling overwhelmed. Prioritizing tasks, setting realistic goals, and taking breaks can help manage workload and reduce anxiety related to deadlines and commitments. By integrating these science-backed strategies into our daily routines, we can build a comprehensive approach to reducing anxiety. It's a journey of self-discovery and growth, where each step forward opens new possibilities for a calmer, more centered life. Embrace these practices with patience and commitment, and witness the transformation in your relationship with anxiety. Resilience, the ability to bounce back from adversity, stress, and life's challenges, is a skill that can profoundly impact our emotional well-being and our capacity to manage stress and anxiety. Building resilience is not about avoiding negative emotions or experiences, but learning to navigate them effectively. This section explores techniques and practices that can strengthen your resilience, enabling you to face life's ups and downs with greater ease and confidence. One foundational aspect of building resilience is developing a strong sense of self. This involves understanding your strengths and weaknesses, your values, and what gives your life meaning. Engaging in self-reflection through journaling or meditation can help clarify these aspects, providing a solid foundation upon which to build resilience. Another crucial element is fostering a positive outlook. This doesn't mean ignoring reality or suppressing negative emotions, but rather cultivating the ability to see the bigger picture. Practice gratitude by regularly noting things you are thankful for, no matter how small. This can shift your focus from what's wrong to what's right, boosting your mood and resilience. Maintaining a growth mindset is also essential for resilience. Instead of seeing challenges as insurmountable obstacles, view them as opportunities to learn and grow. Embrace failure as part of the learning process, and approach setbacks with curiosity and openness. This mindset encourages perseverance and flexibility, key components of resilience. Social support plays a critical role in resilience. Building and maintaining strong, healthy relationships provide emotional support and practical help in tough times. Don't hesitate to reach out to friends, family, or support groups when you need a listening ear or a helping hand. Similarly, offering support to others can enhance your sense of purpose and connection, further boosting resilience. Effective stress management techniques are indispensable for building resilience. Regular physical activity, relaxation exercises like deep breathing or yoga, and engaging in hobbies or activities that bring you joy can help keep stress levels in check. Learning to set healthy boundaries and say no to excessive demands on your time and energy is also crucial. Adopting healthy lifestyle habits supports resilience by enhancing your physical and mental health. Ensure you're getting enough sleep, eating a nutritious diet, and avoiding excessive alcohol and caffeine. These habits can improve your mood, energy levels, and overall ability to cope with stress. Lastly, seek professional help when needed. There's strength in acknowledging when you're struggling and reaching out for support. Therapy can provide valuable tools and insights for building resilience and managing stress and anxiety. Building resilience is a dynamic and ongoing process. It requires patience, effort, and commitment. However, by integrating these techniques and practices into your life, you can enhance your ability to navigate life's challenges with grace and emerge stronger and more adaptable. Embrace the journey toward resilience as an opportunity for personal growth and transformation, knowing that each step forward enriches your capacity for joy, fulfillment, and emotional well-being. Chapter 5. The Physiology of Anger. Triggers and Responses. Anger is a natural and powerful emotion that can stem from frustration, injustice, threat, or disrespect. While it is a normal human experience, understanding the physiology of anger and recognizing our personal triggers and responses can significantly improve how we manage this intense emotion. Doing so not only benefits our emotional well-being, but also our relationships and overall quality of life. At its core, anger is a response to perceived threats and activates the body's fight or flight system. This physiological reaction releases a surge of adrenaline, increases heart rate, blood pressure, and respiration rate, preparing the body to take action. Recognizing these physical cues is the first step in managing anger effectively. By becoming aware of the early signs of anger, we can take proactive steps to address it before it escalates. Personal triggers for anger vary widely among individuals, and understanding what specifically ignites your anger is crucial. Common triggers include feeling undervalued, injustice, unmet needs, or unfulfilled expectations. Reflecting on past incidents of anger can help identify your triggers, providing insight into patterns that may not have been apparent before. This self-awareness is a powerful tool in developing strategies to cope with similar situations in the future. Once triggers are identified, understanding the typical responses to anger is equally important. Responses can range from internalizing the emotion, leading to resentment or depression, to externalizing it through aggression or confrontation. Neither extreme is conducive to healthy emotional management or positive outcomes. Instead, finding a balanced response that addresses the root cause of the anger without causing harm to oneself or others is key. Developing healthy coping mechanisms begins with pausing and acknowledging the emotion without judgment. Taking deep breaths, stepping away from the situation if possible, or engaging in physical activity can help dissipate the immediate physiological arousal associated with anger. This brief pause allows for a more measured and thoughtful response rather than an impulsive reaction. Effective communication plays a vital role in managing anger, especially when dealing with others. Expressing feelings in a clear, non-confrontational way can prevent misunderstandings and resolve conflicts. Using I statements to express how a situation makes you feel, rather than placing blame, can facilitate constructive dialogue and mutual understanding. Seeking to understand the perspective of others involved in the situation can also mitigate anger. Empathy towards others' viewpoints does not mean you agree with them, but can help de-escalate emotional intensity and lead to more amicable resolutions. Finally, regular practice of relaxation techniques, such as meditation, mindfulness, or yoga, can reduce the overall frequency and intensity of anger. These practices promote emotional balance and resilience, helping to maintain a calm state of mind, even in potentially triggering situations. Understanding the physiology of anger and recognizing personal triggers and responses are crucial steps towards mastering this challenging emotion. By employing strategies to manage anger constructively, we can improve our interactions, protect our well-being, and navigate life's challenges with greater calm and clarity. Anger, while a natural and sometimes necessary emotion, can often lead us away from our best selves, straining relationships and clouding judgment. Recognizing the need to cool down and implementing strategies to do so is crucial for anyone seeking to manage anger effectively. This exploration delves into practical, actionable methods to regain composure and perspective in the heat of the moment. The first step in cooling down is to acknowledge the anger. Denying what you feel only gives it more power. Instead, give yourself permission to feel angry, understanding that it's a normal response, but one that needs to be managed responsibly. This acknowledgement acts as the first layer of disarming the intensity of the emotion. Taking a physical step back from the situation can be incredibly effective. If possible, remove yourself from the environment where the anger was triggered. This could mean stepping into another room, going for a walk, or just getting some fresh air. Physical distance can help provide emotional distance too, giving you the space needed to process your feelings without immediate pressure to react. Deep breathing exercises are a cornerstone technique for managing anger. Slow, deliberate breaths can help shift your body out of its fight or flight response, reducing physical tension and slowing racing thoughts. Focus on inhaling deeply through your nose, holding the breath for a few seconds, and then exhaling slowly through your mouth. This simple practice can center your mind and body, moving you toward a state of calm. Another strategy involves expressing your anger in a controlled environment. This could mean talking it out with someone you trust, writing in a journal, or engaging in physical activity. The goal is to release the emotion in a way that doesn't harm yourself or others. By expressing your anger constructively, you can begin to unpack what triggered it and why, which is often the first step in resolving the underlying issue. Practicing relaxation techniques regularly, not just when you're angry, can also make a significant difference. Regular engagement in activities like yoga, meditation, or even hobbies that relax you can lower your overall stress levels. Lower stress means you're less likely to have an intense anger response to triggers. Mindfulness practice is another key tool in the cooling down arsenal. It involves staying present and fully experiencing your emotions without judgment. This can help you observe your anger as it arises, understand its sources, and let it pass without getting swept up in it. Engaging in solution-focused thinking is crucial once you've managed to cool down. Rather than dwelling on the source of your anger or how it made you feel, focus on what can be done about the situation. Looking for solutions can help shift your perspective from one of frustration to one of proactive engagement, which is less likely to foster lingering anger. Lastly, developing empathy can play a significant role in cooling down. Trying to see the situation from the other person's perspective can diffuse anger and lead to more compassionate and effective communication. It's about understanding, not necessarily agreeing, which can transform conflict into dialogue. These strategies, from physical removal to emotional expression and mindful reflection, offer a multifaceted approach to managing anger. Incorporating them into your life not only helps in moments of anger, but also contributes to overall emotional intelligence and well-being. Anger can actually be a powerful catalyst for positive change when channeled appropriately. It signals to us that something is amiss, pushing us to confront challenges and seek solutions. The key lies in transforming the energy of anger into constructive action, thereby turning potential conflict into opportunities for growth and understanding. This section explores how to leverage anger in a way that promotes personal development and strengthens relationships. The initial step in transforming anger is to recognize it as a signal, not an edict. Anger often points to unmet needs, violated boundaries, or injustice. By viewing anger through this lens, you can begin to ask yourself what the emotion is trying to tell you. This reflective process can unearth underlying issues that need to be addressed, guiding you toward meaningful action rather than reactive behavior. Once you've identified the message behind your anger, it's essential to communicate your feelings effectively. Effective communication involves expressing your emotions clearly and calmly, without blame or judgment. Use I statements to take ownership of your feelings and describe the specific behavior or situation that triggered your anger. This approach fosters openness and understanding, making it easier to work toward a resolution. Another strategy for transforming anger into constructive energy is to focus on problem solving. Rather than dwelling on the source of your anger, concentrate on finding solutions. Engage in brainstorming potential ways to address the issue, either on your own or with the involved parties. This proactive stance not only diffuses anger, but also empowers you to make positive changes. Setting boundaries is also crucial in managing anger constructively. If your anger stems from feeling disrespected or overwhelmed, establishing clear boundaries can help prevent similar situations in the future. Communicate your limits respectfully and assertively, ensuring that others understand your needs and expectations. Boundaries not only protect your well-being, but also promote healthy dynamics in your relationships. Seeking to understand the perspectives of others can significantly aid in transforming anger. Empathy allows you to see beyond your own emotions and consider the feelings and motivations of others. This broader perspective can soften anger, opening the door to compassion and mutually beneficial solutions. Taking action to address the root cause of your anger can be incredibly empowering. Whether it's advocating for change in your community, pursuing personal goals, or improving your relationships, using anger as a motivator can lead to profound and lasting impact. Action transforms the energy of anger into momentum, driving you forward with purpose and determination. Finally, practicing self-care is an essential part of managing and transforming anger. Engaging in activities that nourish your body, mind, and spirit can help mitigate the intensity of anger and replenish your energy. Self-care also reinforces the understanding that your well-being is a priority, deserving of protection and respect. By embracing these strategies, you can harness the energy of anger for constructive purposes. Rather than allowing anger to lead to negativity or stagnation, you can use it as a force for positive change, growth, and connection. Anger, when managed thoughtfully and intentionally, can become a valuable tool in your emotional intelligence toolkit. Chapter 6. The Science of Sadness. More than just a feeling. Sadness, a complex and multifaceted emotion, is an integral part of the human experience. While often seen in a negative light, it serves important functions, signaling to us and others that we need support and understanding. This section delves into the science behind sadness, exploring its causes, effects, and the crucial role it plays in our emotional landscape. At its core, sadness is a response to loss, disappointment, or change. It can range from mild, fleeting feelings of melancholy to intense, prolonged periods of despair. Scientifically, sadness affects various parts of the brain, including the amygdala, which processes emotional responses, and the prefrontal cortex, which regulates how we cope with these emotions. Understanding the neurological basis of sadness can demystify this emotion and provide insight into why it can be so powerful and pervasive. Sadness, unlike other emotions, often prompts us to slow down, reflect, and reassess our lives and priorities. This introspection can be incredibly valuable, fostering personal growth and a deeper understanding of ourselves and our relationships. It can also stimulate creativity, as the reflective state induced by sadness often leads to new insights and ideas. The physical manifestations of sadness, such as crying, serve important functions as well. Tears can be cathartic, releasing pent-up emotional tension and facilitating a sense of relief. Crying also signals vulnerability, which can attract support from others, strengthening social bonds and fostering a sense of community and belonging. Despite its benefits, prolonged or intense sadness can lead to depression, a serious mental health condition that requires professional intervention. Recognizing the difference between normal sadness and depression is crucial. Symptoms of depression include persistent feelings of sadness, loss of interest in activities, significant weight changes, sleep disturbances, and thoughts of death or suicide. If you or someone you know is experiencing these symptoms, it's important to seek help from a healthcare provider. Coping with sadness in healthy ways is essential for emotional well-being. Strategies such as engaging in physical activity, practicing mindfulness and meditation, and pursuing hobbies and interests can provide relief and perspective. Additionally, expressing sadness through talking with trusted friends or family, writing or art can be therapeutic, helping to process and alleviate these feelings. It's also important to practice self-compassion when feeling sad. Acknowledging your feelings without judgment and treating yourself with kindness and understanding can promote healing and resilience. Remember, it's okay not to be okay, and allowing yourself to feel and express sadness is a vital part of emotional health. In conclusion, sadness, while often challenging, is a natural and necessary emotion that contributes to our emotional complexity and depth. By understanding the science behind sadness and learning to navigate it constructively, we can appreciate its role in our lives and emerge from periods of sorrow with greater insight, empathy, and strength. In navigating the complexities of life, understanding how to manage depression is vital for reclaiming joy and maintaining emotional equilibrium. Depression, a state often stemming from prolonged sadness, carries profound impacts on one's life, affecting thoughts, behaviors, and overall well-being. This section explores diverse, practical coping mechanisms that encourage resilience and recovery, guiding individuals toward a brighter, more balanced path. Building a strong support network is fundamental in managing depression. Human connections offer comfort, understanding, and a sense of belonging, all of which are crucial during times of emotional distress. Initiating conversations with friends, family, or joining support groups can provide a sense of solidarity, reminding you that you're not alone in your struggle. Sharing your experiences with others who understand can also provide new insights and coping strategies. Engaging in regular physical activity is another effective mechanism for mitigating depression. Exercise not only promotes physical health, but also has a significant positive impact on mental health. Activities like walking, jogging, yoga, or any form of exercise that you enjoy can boost mood-regulating chemicals in the brain, such as endorphins and serotonin, offering a natural antidote to feelings of depression. Mindfulness and meditation offer a pathway to grounding oneself in the present moment, fostering a state of calm awareness. These practices help in observing thoughts and emotions without judgment, enabling a deeper understanding of one's internal landscape. By cultivating mindfulness, you can learn to detach from negative thought patterns that contribute to depression, instead fostering a compassionate, accepting approach to your experiences. Creative expression, whether through art, music, writing, or any other form of creativity, serves as a powerful outlet for emotions associated with depression. Creativity can be incredibly therapeutic, providing a means to express feelings that might be difficult to articulate verbally. It also offers a sense of achievement and can be a profound source of joy and fulfillment. Nutrition plays a subtle yet significant role in mental health. A balanced diet rich in nutrients supports brain function and can influence mood. Omega-3 fatty acids, found in fish and flax seeds, and B vitamins, present in leafy greens and legumes, have been linked to improved mental health. Paying attention to your diet and making mindful choices can complement other coping strategies for depression. Establishing a routine can provide structure and a sense of normalcy during times of emotional turmoil. Regular schedules for sleep, meals, work, and leisure activities can help maintain balance and provide a framework for daily accomplishments, however small they may seem. Consistency in daily life can act as an anchor, reducing feelings of chaos and uncertainty that often accompany depression. Finally, seeking professional help is a critical component of managing depression. Therapists, psychologists, and psychiatrists can offer expert guidance, support, and in some cases, medication that can significantly aid in recovery. Therapy can provide valuable tools for understanding and navigating depression, fostering healing and growth. Coping with depression is a journey marked by small steps and personal victories. By embracing these coping mechanisms, individuals can build resilience, find solace, and gradually reclaim the lightness and joy that depression often obscures. Remember, healing is not linear, and every effort towards self-care and recovery is a step in the right direction. Navigating through periods of despair requires not just strength, but a deep sense of hope and understanding of the pathways that can lead us back to emotional stability. Recognizing that despair is a temporary state, despite feeling overwhelming, is crucial in the journey toward recovery. This section outlines actionable steps and mindsets that facilitate the transition from despair to hope, highlighting the resilience of the human spirit. Acknowledging and accepting your feelings as valid is an essential step in moving forward. Often, we may attempt to suppress feelings of despair or judge ourselves harshly for experiencing them. However, acceptance offers the freedom to understand our emotions without judgment, creating space for healing to begin. It's a process that reminds us that it's okay to not always be okay, and that recognition is the groundwork for recovery. Cultivating hope can sometimes feel impossible, especially during times of deep sadness. Start small by setting achievable goals for yourself, ones that you can accomplish daily. These goals don't have to be monumental. They can be as simple as taking a walk, calling a friend, or reading a book. Each small victory can build momentum, gradually restoring your sense of efficacy and hope. Fostering connections with others is another vital step in the healing process. Isolation can amplify feelings of despair, whereas reaching out to friends, family, or support groups can provide comfort and perspective. Sharing your thoughts and feelings with those who care can lighten the burden of despair, reminding you of the love and support available to you. Practicing gratitude, even in the midst of despair, can shift your focus from what is lacking to what is present and positive in your life. Keeping a gratitude journal, or simply reflecting on a few things you're grateful for each day, can help rewire your brain to notice the good, bolstering feelings of hope and contentment. Engaging in activities that bring you joy or relaxation can also play a significant role in emotional recovery. Whether it's through creative expression, exercise, or spending time in nature, these activities can provide a respite from negative thoughts and feelings, offering moments of pleasure and peace. Learning new coping skills, whether through therapy, workshops, or self-study, can empower you to manage difficult emotions more effectively. Skills such as mindfulness, cognitive restructuring, and emotional regulation can provide you with practical tools to navigate the complexities of despair, fostering resilience and emotional agility. Lastly, consider professional help if feelings of despair persist. Therapists, counselors, and mental health professionals can offer guidance, support, and sometimes medication to help manage symptoms of depression or anxiety that may accompany despair. Seeking help is a sign of strength and an important step in the journey towards hope and healing. The pathway from despair to hope is personal and unique to each individual. While the journey may be challenging, it is filled with opportunities for growth, learning, and deeper connections with oneself and others. By embracing these strategies and remaining open to the process of recovery, you can gradually rebuild a sense of hope and purpose, illuminating the path forward. Chapter 7. The role of empathy in emotional intelligence. Empathy, the ability to understand and share the feelings of another, is a cornerstone of emotional intelligence and a powerful tool in forging deep, meaningful connections with others. It involves more than simply sympathizing with someone. It's about truly stepping into their shoes and experiencing their emotions as if they were your own. This section explores the multifaceted role of empathy in enhancing interpersonal relationships, navigating social dynamics, and fostering a supportive, compassionate environment. Empathy begins with active listening, a skill that requires full attention to the speaker without the distraction of formulating a response while they are talking. Active listening involves hearing the spoken words, understanding the emotions behind them, and acknowledging them in a way that makes the speaker feel heard and understood. This process not only conveys respect, but also deepens your understanding of the other person's perspective. Cultivating empathy also involves honing your observational skills. Nonverbal cues, such as facial expressions, body language, and tone of voice, can provide significant insight into what someone is feeling. By paying close attention to these cues, you can better empathize with others, even when words fail to convey the full depth of their emotions. Practicing perspective taking is another crucial aspect of developing empathy. This involves making a conscious effort to see situations from the viewpoint of others, considering their background, experiences, and emotional state. Perspective taking challenges our assumptions and biases, broadening our understanding and fostering a more inclusive and empathetic approach to interactions. Empathy also plays a vital role in conflict resolution. By empathizing with all parties involved, you can gain a more comprehensive understanding of the conflict and work towards a solution that acknowledges and addresses the needs and feelings of everyone. This empathetic approach not only facilitates resolution, but also strengthens relationships, building trust and respect. Furthermore, empathy contributes to emotional support and validation. Recognizing and validating someone's feelings without judgment can be incredibly affirming and healing. It sends a powerful message that their emotions are legitimate and that they are not alone. This support can be pivotal in helping others navigate difficult emotions and situations. Empathy extends beyond individual relationships, contributing to a more compassionate society. When practiced collectively, empathy can drive social change, fostering understanding and cooperation among diverse groups. It encourages us to consider the broader impact of our actions and decisions on others, promoting kindness, equity, and justice. Finally, developing empathy requires self-reflection and mindfulness. Reflecting on your own emotions and experiences can enhance your ability to empathize with others. Mindfulness practices can help you stay present and connected, allowing you to engage more deeply and empathetically with those around you. In conclusion, empathy is an invaluable component of emotional intelligence, enriching our relationships and enhancing our interactions. By actively developing empathy, we not only improve our ability to connect with others, but also contribute to a more understanding and compassionate world. As we cultivate empathy within ourselves, we unlock the potential for deeper connections, improved communication, and mutual support, paving the way for a more empathetic society. Social skills are the tools that enable us to interact and communicate with others effectively. They are vital for building relationships, achieving professional success, and maintaining our overall well-being. Like any skill, social abilities can be developed and improved over time with practice and commitment. This section explores various strategies for enhancing your social skills, thereby enriching your personal and professional life. Active listening is at the heart of effective social interactions. It involves fully concentrating on what is being said, rather than passively hearing the message of the speaker. Practice active listening by maintaining eye contact, nodding in acknowledgement, and refraining from interrupting while the other person is speaking. Summarizing what has been said and asking clarifying questions also demonstrate that you are engaged and value the conversation. Empathy, as previously discussed, is crucial in developing social skills. It allows us to understand and share the feelings of others, facilitating deeper connections. To enhance your empathy, try to genuinely put yourself in another person's shoes, especially in situations where initial reactions might be to judge or dismiss their perspective. Empathetic interactions encourage openness and trust, laying the groundwork for strong relationships. Effective communication also involves expressing your thoughts and feelings clearly and respectfully. This can be practiced by using I statements, which focus on your own experiences and emotions rather than attributing intent or blame to others. Additionally, being mindful of your body language and tone can help convey your message in a nonverbal manner, reinforcing the sincerity and positivity of your interactions. Developing assertiveness is another key aspect of social skills. Being assertive means expressing your opinions and needs directly and respectfully, without aggression or passivity. Assertiveness training can help you learn how to stand up for yourself while maintaining respect for others, a balance that fosters healthy and productive interactions. Conflict resolution skills are essential for navigating disagreements and misunderstandings in a constructive way. Focus on finding common ground and understanding the other party's point of view. Approach conflicts with a problem-solving mindset, aiming for solutions that are acceptable to all involved. This approach not only resolves the immediate issue, but also strengthens the relationship by demonstrating a commitment to mutual respect and cooperation. Finally, practicing gratitude can significantly improve your social skills. Expressing appreciation for others, whether through words, actions, or small gestures, can have a profound impact on your relationships. Gratitude not only makes others feel valued and respected, but also fosters a positive environment that encourages further kindness and cooperation. Improving your social skills is a journey that requires patience, effort, and a willingness to step out of your comfort zone. By actively working on these areas, you can enhance your ability to connect with others, build meaningful relationships, and navigate the complexities of social interactions with greater ease and confidence. Remember, the goal is not to be perfect, but to be authentic, respectful, and open to learning from each experience. Effective communication is a fundamental aspect of social skills. playing a pivotal role in our ability to convey thoughts, feelings, and information. This encompasses more than just the words we choose. It involves how we express ourselves, our listening skills, and our ability to understand and manage emotions in ourselves and others. This section delves into the nuances of effective communication, emphasizing the emotional and practical elements that contribute to successful interactions. Understanding the emotional content of a message is crucial for effective communication. This requires empathy, as discussed earlier, which allows us to sense the emotions behind someone's words and respond appropriately. By tuning into the emotional undercurrents of conversations, we can better navigate delicate topics, resolve conflicts, and forge deeper connections. Active listening enhances communication by showing respect and interest in what the other person is saying. It involves paying full attention, avoiding interruptions, and providing feedback that indicates understanding. A key component of active listening is reflecting on what has been said and asking open-ended questions, which encourage further sharing and demonstrate genuine engagement. Nonverbal cues significantly impact how messages are received and interpreted. Body language, eye contact, facial expressions, and tone of voice can all reinforce or undermine the spoken word. Being mindful of your nonverbal signals and reading those of your conversation partner can help bridge gaps in understanding and ensure your message is conveyed as intended. Clarity and conciseness are also essential for effective communication. This involves organizing your thoughts and expressing them in a straightforward manner, avoiding jargon or overly complex language that might confuse the listener. Clear communication helps prevent misunderstandings and ensures that your message is understood as you intended. Adaptability in communication styles can greatly enhance interpersonal interactions. Recognizing and adjusting to the communication preferences of others, whether they prefer directness, need more context, or respond better to certain tones, can make your interactions more effective and harmonious. Conflict resolution skills are integral to effective communication. Approaching disagreements with a focus on finding common ground and understanding the other's perspective can lead to constructive solutions. It's important to address conflicts directly and calmly, using I statements to express your feelings without assigning blame. Feedback is a two-way street in effective communication. Offering constructive feedback with sensitivity and openness to receiving feedback without defensiveness are both vital. This exchange fosters growth, learning, and improvement in both personal and professional relationships. Finally, practicing patience and showing appreciation are subtle yet powerful aspects of effective communication. Patience allows space for understanding to develop, while expressions of gratitude and appreciation can strengthen bonds and foster a positive atmosphere. By integrating these emotional and practical aspects into your communication style, you can enhance your ability to connect with others, navigate complex social situations, and build strong, supportive relationships. Effective communication is a skill that benefits from ongoing attention and refinement, contributing significantly to our overall emotional intelligence and interpersonal success. Chapter 8. Emotional biases and their impact on choices. Our emotions significantly influence the decisions we make, often without us even realizing it. This impact underscores the intricate relationship between our feelings and our capacity for rational thought. Understanding emotional biases is crucial for anyone looking to improve their decision-making processes. This section delves into how these biases shape our choices and offers strategies for mitigating their effects. Emotional biases are tendencies to make decisions based on feelings rather than facts. These biases can lead us to overestimate or underestimate risks, prefer immediate rewards over long-term benefits, or stick to familiar paths even when better options are available. Recognizing when our decisions are being swayed by emotions rather than reason is the first step towards more balanced decision-making. One common emotional bias is the affect heuristic, where our current emotions significantly influence our judgments and decisions. For example, if we feel optimistic, we might downplay potential risks, while feelings of fear or pessimism can lead us to overestimate them. To counteract this bias, it's helpful to pause and assess whether our feelings accurately reflect the situation or if they might be leading us astray. Another bias, the confirmation bias, involves favoring information that confirms our pre-existing beliefs or feelings. This can prevent us from seeing the full picture and exploring all options objectively. Challenging ourselves to consider opposing viewpoints and seeking out diverse sources of information can help mitigate the impact of confirmation bias on our decisions. The sunk cost fallacy is an emotional bias where we continue a course of action because we've already invested time, money, or effort into it, even if continuing is not the best decision. Recognizing that past investments cannot be recovered and focusing on what's best moving forward can help us make more rational choices. To manage emotional biases, developing a practice of reflective decision-making is key. This involves taking time to reflect on the decision at hand, considering all available information, and weighing the pros and cons without rushing. Implementing a cooling-off period before making significant decisions can also provide the distance needed to evaluate options more objectively. Seeking the input of others can offer new perspectives and help identify potential biases in our thinking. Others might see blind spots that we overlook, providing a more balanced view of the situation. This collaborative approach can enrich our decision-making process and lead to better outcomes. Practicing mindfulness can enhance our awareness of how emotions influence our thoughts and decisions. By becoming more attuned to our emotional state, we can identify when emotions might be clouding our judgment and take steps to reassess our choices more objectively. In conclusion, while emotions are a fundamental part of our human experience, being aware of how they can bias our decisions is crucial for thinking rationally. By recognizing these biases, reflecting on our decision-making processes, seeking diverse perspectives, and practicing mindfulness, we can minimize the impact of emotions on our choices. This balanced approach to decision-making empowers us to make choices that are not only emotionally satisfying, but also aligned with our long-term goals and well-being. This skill enables us to evaluate situations objectively, consider various perspectives, and predict potential outcomes without being swayed by immediate emotional impulses. This section explores techniques to strengthen rational thinking, thereby enhancing our decision-making processes and leading to more favorable outcomes in both personal and professional realms. One effective technique for fostering rational thought is critical thinking. This involves questioning assumptions, evaluating evidence, and reasoning logically to arrive at well-founded conclusions. You can practice critical thinking by approaching problems with an open mind, actively seeking out information that challenges your initial beliefs, and engaging in discussions that test your viewpoints. Another key aspect of rational analysis is breaking down complex problems into smaller, more manageable parts. This technique, often referred to as decomposition, helps clarify the components of a situation, making it easier to understand and address. By tackling each part individually, you can develop a comprehensive strategy that addresses the problem effectively without being overwhelmed by its complexity. Developing a habit of reflective thinking is also crucial for rational analysis. This means regularly taking time to reflect on your decisions, the reasoning behind them, and their outcomes. Reflective thinking encourages you to consider what worked well, what didn't, and how you can improve your decision-making process moving forward. Keeping a journal can be a helpful way to facilitate this reflection, providing insights into your thought patterns over time. Employing decision-making frameworks can provide structure to your thought process, making it more systematic and less susceptible to emotional bias. Techniques such as SWOT analysis, assessing strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, or the decision matrix, evaluating options based on various criteria, can help organize your thoughts and ensure that your decisions are grounded in rational analysis. Learning to recognize and challenge cognitive biases is essential for rational thinking. Biases like overconfidence, anchoring, or availability heuristic can skew our perception and lead to flawed decisions. By becoming aware of these biases and actively questioning your initial reactions, you can mitigate their impact and approach decisions more objectively. Seeking feedback and diverse perspectives is another valuable strategy for enhancing rational analysis. Conversations with individuals who have different backgrounds or viewpoints can expose you to new ideas and challenge your preconceptions, fostering a more holistic and balanced approach to problem solving. Finally, practicing mindfulness can improve your ability to think rationally by enhancing your awareness of the present moment and your emotional state. Mindfulness techniques, such as meditation, can help you recognize when emotions are influencing your thoughts, allowing you to return to a state of calm, focused analysis. By integrating these techniques into your daily life, you can strengthen your capacity for rational thinking and analysis, leading to more informed, balanced, and effective decisions. Remember, the goal is not to eliminate emotions from the decision-making process, but to ensure that your choices are guided by both reason and emotion in harmony. The dance between emotion and logic in decision-making is delicate and complex. Both elements play critical roles in shaping our choices, and striking the right balance is essential for making decisions that are not only smart, but also aligned with our values and emotional well-being. This section delves into strategies for integrating emotion and logic, ensuring that our decisions reflect a harmonious blend of heart and mind. Recognizing the value of emotions in decision-making is the first step towards achieving this balance. Emotions are not obstacles to rational thought. Rather, they provide crucial information about our values, priorities, and what matters to us most. By acknowledging and understanding our emotional responses, we can use them as guides, pointing us towards decisions that resonate with our deepest selves. Creating a space for reflection allows us to examine both our emotional reactions and the logical aspects of a decision. This might involve stepping back from the immediacy of the situation to consider the bigger picture. Asking ourselves reflective questions, such as, "What am I really feeling?" and "What are the practical implications of this choice?" can help illuminate the emotional and rational factors at play. Mind mapping or journaling can be effective tools for visually organizing our thoughts and emotions related to a decision. These techniques enable us to lay out the different dimensions of the decision, including potential outcomes, emotional impacts, and logical considerations. Seeing these elements side by side can make it easier to weigh them against each other, facilitating a more integrated decision-making process. Seeking diverse perspectives is another way to ensure that both emotion and logic are considered. Consulting with others can provide new insights, challenge our biases, and help us see aspects of the situation we might have overlooked. Whether it's advice from a trusted friend or expert opinions, external viewpoints can enrich our understanding and help us make more balanced decisions. Practicing emotional regulation techniques, such as deep breathing, meditation, or physical exercise, can help manage the intensity of our emotions, preventing them from overwhelming our capacity for logical thought. By maintaining a calm and centered state, we can better assess the rational aspects of our decisions without ignoring our emotional cues. Finally, embracing uncertainty and being open to adaptation are key components of balanced decision-making. Rarely will a decision be black and white, entirely emotional, or completely logical. Accepting that some level of uncertainty is inevitable and being willing to adjust our course as new information emerges can help us navigate the complexities of decision-making with flexibility and resilience. In essence, the art of decision-making lies in harmonizing the emotional and logical aspects of our experiences. By valuing our emotions as meaningful indicators, engaging in reflective practices, seeking outside perspectives, and maintaining emotional equilibrium, we can make decisions that are not only wise and well-reasoned, but also deeply fulfilling. This balanced approach not only leads to better outcomes, but also contributes to our growth and happiness. Chapter 9. Lifestyle factors influencing emotional well-being. Emotional well-being is not solely the product of our thoughts and actions, but is also significantly influenced by various lifestyle factors. Recognizing and adjusting these aspects of our daily lives can lead to substantial improvements in our mood, resilience, and overall happiness. This section explores several key lifestyle elements that play pivotal roles in shaping our emotional well-being, offering practical advice for cultivating a healthier, more balanced life. Nutrition plays a foundational role in emotional health. What we consume can affect our brain chemistry, and consequently, our emotions and moods. Incorporating a balanced diet rich in fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains can provide the nutrients necessary for optimal brain function. Omega-3 fatty acids, found in fish and flax seeds, are particularly beneficial for mood regulation. Additionally, staying hydrated and limiting intake of caffeine and sugar can help maintain stable energy levels and mood throughout the day. Physical activity is another powerful tool for enhancing emotional well-being. Regular exercise releases endorphins, often referred to as feel-good hormones, which can elevate mood and reduce stress and anxiety. Whether it's a brisk walk, a yoga session, or a vigorous workout, finding an activity that you enjoy and can engage in consistently is key. Exercise also promotes better sleep, which is crucial for emotional and physical health. Sleep quality and quantity have profound impacts on emotional well-being. Lack of sleep can exacerbate stress, anxiety, and depression, while adequate rest can enhance mood, cognitive function, and resilience. Establishing a regular sleep schedule, creating a restful environment, and adopting a calming pre-sleep routine can improve sleep quality. Avoiding screens before bedtime and limiting caffeine and alcohol intake in the evening can also help ensure more restorative sleep. Social connections contribute significantly to our emotional health. Building and maintaining positive relationships provide support, enhance self-esteem, and offer opportunities for joy and laughter. It's important to invest time and energy in relationships that uplift and support you, while also being willing to extend support to others. Engaging in community activities or volunteer work can also expand your social network and increase feelings of belonging and purpose. Stress management is crucial for emotional well-being. Chronic stress can lead to burnout, anxiety, and depression. Developing effective stress relief techniques, such as deep breathing exercises, meditation, or spending time in nature, can help mitigate the impact of stress. Learning to set healthy boundaries and say no to excessive demands can also preserve your emotional energy and prevent overload. Finally, engaging in hobbies and activities that bring joy and fulfillment can significantly boost emotional well-being. Whether it's creative expression through art or music, exploring new places, or simply reading a book, these activities can provide an escape, stimulate the mind, and bring pleasure to our lives. By addressing these lifestyle factors and making conscious choices that support emotional health, we can build a foundation for lasting well-being. It's about creating a balanced life where nutrition, physical activity, sleep, social connections, stress management, and personal interests all play harmonious roles in nurturing our emotional landscape. The journey towards sustained emotional well-being is paved with the habits we cultivate daily. Positive habits act as the building blocks for a healthy, balanced lifestyle, influencing our mood, resilience, and overall happiness. This section delves into the strategies for creating and maintaining habits that support emotional health, guiding you towards a life marked by fulfillment and contentment. Identifying and setting clear, achievable goals is the first step in establishing positive habits. Start by focusing on areas of your life you wish to improve or feelings you desire more frequently. Whether it's feeling more energized, reducing stress, or fostering a sense of connection, setting specific goals can provide direction and motivation. Understanding the psychology behind habit formation can greatly enhance your ability to create lasting change. Habits are formed through repetition and reinforced by rewards. Incorporate new behaviors into your routine gradually, and anchor them to established habits to increase consistency. Celebrate small victories along the way to reinforce your progress and keep motivation high. Mindfulness plays a crucial role in habit formation. By being present and aware, you can observe your actions and choices more objectively. making it easier to identify patterns that may be hindering your emotional well-being. Mindfulness can also help you stay focused on your goals and recognize when adjustments are needed. Flexibility in your approach is vital. Not all habits work for everyone, and what is effective at one point in your life may not be as impactful at another. Be willing to experiment and adjust your strategies as you learn what works best for you. This adaptive approach prevents stagnation and ensures that your habits continue to align with your evolving needs and goals. Building a support network can provide encouragement and accountability as you work to establish new habits. Share your goals with friends or family members who can offer support, encouragement, and gentle reminders to stay on track. Consider joining groups or communities with similar goals for additional motivation and shared experiences. Incorporating technology thoughtfully can also aid in habit formation. Numerous apps and tools are designed to track progress, remind you of your goals, and provide feedback on your journey. However, choose these tools wisely to ensure they add value rather than become a source of distraction. Finally, practicing self-compassion is essential throughout this process. Change is challenging, and setbacks are part of the journey. Treat yourself with kindness and understanding when things don't go as planned, and view each obstacle as an opportunity to learn and grow. This compassionate mindset can sustain your motivation and resilience over the long term. Creating and sustaining positive habits is a dynamic and ongoing process that requires intention, effort, and self-reflection. By setting clear goals, understanding habit formation, staying flexible, seeking support, leveraging technology, and practicing self-compassion, you can build a repertoire of habits that enrich your emotional well-being. These habits, cultivated and nurtured over time, can transform your life, leading to greater happiness, resilience, and fulfillment. Achieving emotional mastery is a lifelong endeavor that requires dedication, insight, and a willingness to continuously evolve. Beyond the cultivation of positive habits and the adjustment of lifestyle factors, there are long-term strategies that can significantly enhance your emotional well-being. These approaches are not quick fixes, but rather fundamental shifts in perspective and behavior that foster a deep, sustained sense of fulfillment and resilience. This section explores these enduring strategies, offering guidance on integrating them into your life for lasting emotional health. Developing emotional agility is crucial for navigating the complexities of life with grace. Emotional agility involves being flexible with your thoughts and feelings, allowing you to respond to changing circumstances with awareness and choice, rather than reacting out of habit. Cultivating this skill requires you to observe your emotions without immediate judgment, understand their messages, and decide how best to act in alignment with your values and goals. Building resilience, the ability to bounce back from adversity, is another cornerstone of emotional mastery. Resilience is fostered through experiences that challenge us, providing opportunities to learn and grow. Embrace these challenges as part of your journey, seeking out support when needed and always looking for the lessons in each situation. Practicing gratitude, even in difficult times, can also bolster resilience, helping you maintain a positive outlook. Nurturing relationships that enrich your life is essential for long-term emotional well-being. Invest in connections that provide support, laughter, and growth, and be willing to let go of relationships that drain your energy or diminish your spirit. Remember, the quality of your relationships often reflects the quality of your life, making this a crucial area for ongoing attention and care. Pursuing meaningful work or activities that align with your passions and values can bring a profound sense of satisfaction and purpose. Whether through your career, volunteer work, or creative endeavors, engaging in work that feels significant to you can enhance your emotional well-being and provide a lasting source of fulfillment. Continual learning and personal development are vital for maintaining emotional vitality. The pursuit of new knowledge, skills, and experiences keeps your mind active and your spirit engaged. Set goals for your personal and professional growth, and seek out resources and opportunities that challenge you to expand your horizons. Finally, practicing self-compassion and kindness is perhaps the most powerful strategy for achieving emotional mastery. Be gentle with yourself, recognizing that you are doing the best you can with the knowledge and resources available to you at any given moment. Treat yourself with the same compassion and understanding that you would offer a dear friend, and extend that kindness to others whenever possible. By integrating these long-term strategies into your life, you can build a strong foundation for emotional health that sustains you through the ups and downs of life. As always, embrace this journey with openness, curiosity, and a commitment to your well-being, knowing that each step forward enriches your life with greater depth, meaning, and joy.